YNW Melly may be screwed over or maybe not. Either way it go, we gonna see how certain things apply and how certain things about to fly because a week ago, it seemed like, boy, them little plea deals that they shipping out, getting cats out the paint. Let's go. So you can see the case number 23-10593CF F10A. That's the one they've been talking about right here. All the charges listed out: tampering with a witness, direct gang activity, solicitation, conspiracy, and unlawful use of a two-way device. They threw everything at him. Now peep this. Negotiated plea, no contest. That's important. That means he ain't fighting it, but he ain't confessing word for word either. He basically telling the judge, let's get this over with. Sentence reads 5 years, Florida State Prison, 5 years probation, 739 days credit, time served. 2 years already in the hole, waiting on his deal. So you scroll down. You see the October 10th date. That's where Judge Fein signed off. Then look at the next 2 pages. October 14th and the 20th. Return to federal custody. That means Broward is done with him. They sending him right back to the feds. So this ain't freedom. It's basically telling you, get the hell about our courtroom. Got it? So from Melly's side, this might actually be a W. And some of y'all probably looking like, man, there's no way in hell this gonna be a W. Well, I might be able to spin it to win it. So first off, once Mathis pled no contest, he's off the witness list. The state can't use him to talk. Can't cross-examine him, can't spin his story. That whole tampering case is closed. Second, there's no cooperation line anywhere in this paperwork. If he was helping the state, you see state witness or cooperation agreement. Ain't none of that there. So he took his time quiet. That's no snitching, no statement, no new evidence for the prosecution. Y'all got that part, right? Because I know some of y'all like, oh, no, man, no, Melly, or whatever the hell. And for sack chaser and juvie people, I'm just reading the paperwork. If y'all get mad at me for reading the paperwork and interpreting how I'm interpreting, don't worry, I'm going to give you the L too. So this is for y'all. I'm trying to remain as neutral as possible. This breaks down the chain the state has been building. They can't keep saying everybody around Melly was in on it when the court just handled Mathis and took his own stuff and gave him everything that they wanted, and he got everything that he wanted, essentially. All this timing, crazy, because it's going on right before we do the retrial, which means getting ready for jury selection and all of this stuff as far as pretrial motions and all that stuff. So it could make the state seem like, you know what I'm saying, they trying to clear their plate off because they know they stretching him too thin. So this energy is going to help the defense, whether y'all like it or not. So let's keep this going. This is the negative side, all right? All the people who are anti-Melly, he's staying in for the rest of his life. I got it. Because all of this stuff ain't sweet. The same paperwork can still hurt Melly. Even without testimony, it puts on record that tampering and gang activity did happen. The state can slide that in front of jurors like, see, somebody already admitted to this crime in this circle. You can't unhear that. So you get the paper trail, certified, filed, signed by Judge Fein. Prosecutors can quote these lines as facts in pretrial motions, which basically means, hey, he already signed off on it. We don't need him to get on the stand and pull a Woody and be like, I don't know nothing. Like, we don't need, they're not finna do any of that. It just is what it is. It's going to help the state because Mathis can't be in the room spinning it how he wants to spin it. I think a lot of people fail to realize that there ain't going to be no more Woodies. That's it. Ain't no more Woodies. Can't nobody, hell nah. You can't help out no more. Now, the whole I don't recall stuff, we'll see what happens with other people. But as far as this go, hell nah. So, those that return to federal custody shit, hey, he done. So, basically, the feds can go ahead and peek in if they ever wanted to say, let's tie this to a whole entire RICO. And we all know, and if you don't know, hood lawyer, the phrase is called dual sovereignty. All right? So, there's that. But it also still going to show y'all that the state be getting pleas done. Just is what it is. They ain't worried about the little fish. They just building their momentum and showing that can make people fold around Melly. That can create an image before retrial, even before it starts. Y'all gonna look at it like it's physical, like it's psychological warfare, just as simple as that. So what you're looking at on these pages ain't paper, it's positioning. The state playing chess. The defense is going to need to match their moves because Mathis took his 5 years probation in his silence, basically saying, hey, my signature going to speak loud for me, knowing good and damn well that I can't. So I hate to tell it to y'all this way, but it's really going to depend fully and solely on how Melly's defense can spin this one. But I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I think actually is at play here, that looking at this paperwork, you ain't gonna need. Let's go. Now, we were always told, and this is an argument that I basically, well, I didn't say argument because I ain't arguing with nobody. This was a debate that we had because it looks similar to the gun and stuff, but not really, right? When the case of Mathis and how it's looking for him, it's like this, bruh. I'm just finna get up out the way. Y'all say we did this, y'all say we did that, and all this stuff and everything, and that's cool. It's really going to depend on the sentencing. Like, I can see everybody say, oh, yeah, bruh, he just admitted it. He admitted they was tampering with witnesses and all this shit and everything. And I understand y'all. And y'all can say, man, look, he ain't signed off on nothing. So shit, he ain't coming in there and saying, bruh, Melly told me to do this and told me to do that and all this stuff. It's not a cooperation plea agreement. So I understand both sides. But both sides are wrong. Because it don't matter. I think this is what I really believe the state did. I think the state said, you know what, bro? We're not going to sentence him for life on this. The witness tampering that a lot of people are looking for a life sentence, bro, this is stuff that has like people under guns and, abductions and all that stuff. Like, that's what gets you life sentences. Telling somebody not to show up to court and all this stuff, bro, you looking at like 3 to 6. Melly already done been in there damn near 8 years. By the time this is going to be said and done, so he's going to get time served. So it really doesn't hurt nor help. In the grand scheme of things, it's actually a W for the state. And I'm going to basically express it to you why. They don't need Bortlen. They don't need Mathis. They don't need them. What they need is Mariah to say something. They need Mariah to basically come out and say, did these individuals talk to you about not showing up? Yeah. They don't have to bring in what they say at all. That's it. So in the grand scheme of things, they didn't tell. It's on who completes the story. If that girl get on there and say, you know what, man, yeah, they told me don't show up to court. Okay. That's it. You think anybody else gonna say whatever they gonna say? Nah, but if I'm the lawyers on the defense side, I'm saying, why do you believe or whatever? They go either way it goes, it's going to open up a door. If they say, why didn't you show up? She may say something like this. That was the boy I was interested in at the time when we were dating and whatever, and I didn't want no parts of this. So they're not going to allow her really to speak on that. So it just depends on what she's going to say. It can hurt or help because she could be like, man, yeah, I reached out to these cats and they was trying to, whatever, that's my boyfriend or whatever the hell, and want to talk to him. And he like, bro, just don't even show up. Don't even bother yourself with none of this shit. It depends on tone and what's being said. Now, some of y'all can be like, nah, Ceddy Nash, nah, that's BS, bro. He was telling her, don't show up. She the key piece. She gonna put him in the box forever and all that stuff. And if you saying that, cool. I ain't gonna argue you, but I would ask you, what proof do you have? I don't have no proof. So all I'm saying is, it's really dependent upon what she says. It don't matter what Bortlen and what Mathis said at all. So they didn't snitch. They didn't help. They didn't do anything. And they just basically just said, Melly, you on your own, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. My name Bennett and I ain't in it. I'm rolling through. You can't see me like windows tinted. You dig. But we gonna see. This is all on the lawyers, bro. This is all about questioning and all about the girl. I don't know what y'all want me to say, man. Nothing more to it. So if y'all sitting here like, damn, Nash, bro, like, crucify him. I can't crucify anybody without actual factuals. I'm not sorry for what I'm saying. There are a lot of bloggers who will base their opinion based off of what they see. I'm not seeing what they see. That don't mean they're wrong. That don't mean I'm wrong. That don't mean I'm right. That don't mean they're wrong. But if we're not seeing where the evidence is basically going to say this, and this, all right, cool. Now, the leverage belongs 100% to the prosecution, because the prosecution can go, yeah, we got this little paper right here, and it says, don't show up, tell her this, tell her that, tell her this, tell her that. But Melly allegedly was smart enough. I don't know, because what they said allegedly is that he was saying, tell Rihanna don't show up to Chris Brown stuff and all of this shit. And maybe somebody will say Melly is at the time was a superstar or a star because he had songs with Kanye West and all these other rappers and stuff. So, you know, all of this shit and everything, they could say that. I can 100% believe that. But all in all, we going to see how they spin it, bro. We going to see how the hell they going to spin it. This is, if Drew is worth the money that he say he's worth, we going to find out. Hopefully, whatever happens, and everybody is sitting back with a clearer story. I don't know shit about what she gonna say. Don't want to know. I ain't gonna hold you. Even if somebody sent a random inbox, but hey, she finna say this. I'm block. Do not troll my account. God dang, the Cowboys is getting smashed. Whew. All right, my Giants ain't that bad. Cowboys getting spanked out here. Anyways, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I forgot to mention this in the video that's about to pop up, but part of the reason why Bezu wasn't announced dead is because of Lil Durk's dad came up to Mount Sinai and prayed over Bezu's body ultimately before they pulled the plug on him. Click right here for the rest of that story, but I forgot to put that in that video. So click right here, or click the playlist, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.